Hey everyone, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steve, and this is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing, New Year'sing.
This is our New Year's week episode.
Yeah, this will come out on the Monday before the... What date? This is coming out the 30th.
Yeah, the day after this is New Year's Eve.
Yeah. If you haven't already done
This is the last 60 Cycle Hum episode of the decade, Steve.
Oh my gosh.
It's not, because this isn't the new decade yet.
You're doing that 0 versus 1 thing?
I think it's funny to think about, but I don't care. It is whatever people say it is.
Yeah, whatever you... Anyway, what I was going to say is... I don't think these glasses are really ideal for Belgian pours for what it's worth.
They're not.
Oh,
Whatever.
There's still a lot left in here.
I got a lot of foam here. Here, give me some more too.
All right.
This might be a drinkisode. I mean, Steve already did a couple drinks earlier, but I might get into it. I'm at home. Happy New Year! First ad.
This is Delirium Tremens. This is a great Belgian ale. It's family brewed since 1654, so that makes them a vintage company?
Sure.
Antique.
An antique company.
Anyway, what I was going to say is New Year's.
Big thanks to our Patreons for sending us beer money. We bought a lot of beer a while back ago for the show.
If you're just waiting for that ball to drop on New Year's Eve and you want something nice and cozy to watch while you're waiting because you're not really into the Dick Clark thing, pull up the guitar burning video.
Oh, yeah.
And then shoot some cashola over to our GoFundMe. We're up to $400.
We had someone donate $100 today.
Yeah, I don't know who. Someone, thanks Sean. Which Sean it is, I have no idea, but thanks.
Yeah,
Sean.
We set up a GoFundMe linked to that Fireplace Yule guitar video for Guitars for Vets, a charity a lot of people have suggested to us over the years. So we're happy to finally throw some money their way.
It was Sean from Gun Street.
Oh, awesome.
Whose shirt I just happen to be wearing right now. Not even planned. I swear it was not planned.
I'm wearing a shirt my wife gave me for Christmas.
So you did get some guitar related.
I did get some guitar stuff for Christmas. What does it say? I can't read it from here. I know.
World's okayest guitar player.
Yeah, that's about right. She knows.
It's got some messages on it.
There's no fooling her. She doesn't think that I'm the best guitar player in the world or anything. First ad. This show might be a little bit loose because we just feel like being loose for New Year's Eve.
There's a way to go.
We usually run a pretty tight ship around here. Let's have some fun, guys. This is...
We run a tight ship. All right, this first ad was sent in by both the Inboxer and James Alvarez, so we knew we had to do it. This is a 1972 Gibson ES-335 Walnut, owned by Kermit Stokes, Milwaukee blues legend. When you think of the blues, where does Milwaukee fall on your list of blues cities?
I'd say it's more bluesy than San Diego. In my vague, not informed impression of it. Like if someone says to me, hey, Milwaukee blues, I'm not going to be like, hey, that's BS. If someone comes to me and like, oh, you got to check out the San Diego blues scene, and be like, yeah, I don't think that's going to be completely legitimate. I'm sure there's great blues players here, but I don't know. Milwaukee blues just sounds better to me.
I mean, if you Google this guy, Kermit Stokes, it does come. There is an article from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.
I looked him up. He died in December 2019.
Yeah.
Recently passed away.
Yeah. Wow.
So someone is selling his guitar, perhaps a family member, and they want $3,600 for it. And this is a very customized, very personalized instrument. Apparently this guy was a big deal in the local scene. Like everyone knew who he was.
It says, these old blues guys playing down here, and they're playing the real shit, and you should go. Whoa. That's what this article says. So yeah, he was one of the guys that it seemed like anybody who was in that music scene knew who he was, which is cool. And consider myself educated.
We've learned everything we can about this guy.
Well, I'm saying at least of the idea that if you or I die at any point in the next 40 or 50 years,
it's never going to happen.
The newspaper, the local newspaper is going to be like, local podcasting legends.
Oh my gosh, shut up. The
Like,
newspaper.
Nobody's gonna care. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Local YouTube legend Ryan Burke.
Well, what we have here is a very personalized 1972 Gibson ES-335. It's got rhinestones bedazzling it all over the place. It has a AAA sticker in between the pickups. It's got rhinestones on the headstock as well. And this thing's very well worn in. Like, it looks like he's played this guitar only for a number of years. I'm not going to say since 72. He might have bought it used like anyone else. But it definitely has its battle scars on it.
Yeah.
What do you think the going rate is for this year of 335 in cherry condition or in decent normal condition?
Like 4 to 5. I feel like that's my issue right off the bat with this is I feel like 3,600.
Do you think that's high or low?
I think for the condition it's high.
Okay.
But I think
those
maybe
rhinestones are removable. They're adhesive. They might leave some sort of, dimple in the finish when you remove them if they've been on there for a decade or something. But I think they're removable. I think you could refinish this guitar, but yeah, that does affect the value.
But you want to do that work? Yeah,
I don't.
Here's a Gibson ES-335 TD iced tea finish, 1971, 1972 for $4,000. Here's a 72 with the trapeze. Is this the trapeze? This is the trapeze model.
Yeah.
So it's the same cherry red for $5,000. Here's somebody trying to sell one for $11,000. So I mean, I guess the prices I see them up and down. Here's one for $3,000.
I
So
feel
it's
like
actually priced lower.
if they can catch a buyer who's familiar with Kermit Stokes and has some nostalgia for him, I feel like this price is fair. But I feel like they're averaging against with that in mind. I think they're averaging against what this is actually worth, which is probably closer to 3 even.
Right. And maybe they would take that as an offer. I don't know.
Sure.
The cheapest walnut on Reverb right now is $29.95.
Yeah.
So, and that's only looking for 1972s.
Sure.
So there could be like other years around there.
And I really don't think that the personalization of this guitar is permanent damage.
What about that AAA sticker?
That'll come off with some Goo Gone. You don't think so?
No, I don't have a take. You're probably right. They'll probably all come off. My concern is one that they would be old enough that they're going to actually take chunks of the finish with it.
No, I think that is a real possibility, but then you're going to have like a cigarette burn kind of look left behind.
But it's going to be like dots all over it, and
sure,
it's not like
there's some other like natural relicking going on here, little dings, chips in the finish around the binding and stuff like that. I thought this little connector here to hold the pickguard up was interesting. I've never seen this style of connector. Can you see this over here on my iPad? It's just a plate with a bolt through it, and it's not connected to the pickguard at all. It's just a place for the pickguard to rest on. That's kind of interesting to me. I've never seen that piece of hardware.
Yeah, and I'm looking at other ones, and it looks like that's the design. Like that's
Is
an
that the
original.
norm?
I mean, I'm seeing it I'm seeing it on other ones on Reverb.
This bridge is aftermarket, right? I haven't seen this bridge before.
Yeah, I think the bridge is aftermarket. But kind of hard to say.
No, I mean, look at this thing. I've never seen that on a Gibson before.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, never mind.
The bridge is way aftermarket.
I was looking at a side shot of it.
I don't know. This guy seems like people liked him. I don't feel like the price is that crazy. I mean, people shopping for these sorts of things are already expecting to pay a few $1,000s.
I'm just thinking
if they want to own a piece of local, music history, then this is it.
Right. And I could see like somebody going and reading the story and being like, wow, this guy was really cool. A big piece of that music scene. This is being sold on behalf of the family, in the wake of his passing. So, maybe you're like, I want one of these things. I don't mind paying the extra. But I don't know, like there's also kind of like that part of me that's like, well, if I'm just going to get this and then there's no way I would want to play this out without like a full work over of the instrument, then it's like, do I really even want to do that?
If you're buying this to work it over and bring it closer to stock, then you're probably wanting to pay $25.
But I'm saying like even that, like, sure, yeah. I mean, there's that. Like I said, there's one on Reverb for like 3,000.
Right.
That's in not bedazzled condition.
I'm also having the thought that like, if there was a buyer who was just super hot for Kermit Stokes memorabilia, they would probably be a regular in whatever bar or scene that he plays in, and the family would already be in contact with that person.
Possibly. Yeah.
Versus posting this on Reverb, which is a national audience where people aren't familiar with that person. Like, it would be sold locally fairly quickly if that was what was going on. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. So apparently, like, I'm reading through and trying to apparently at one point he was like, the one of the guitar players for the Greg Allman band tried to recruit this guy, and did not work. Because he didn't want to leave Milwaukee. Like, he was just like, I'm just a local musician. I don't want to tour. I don't want to do any of that stuff. He's collaborated with the bass player from the Violent Femmes. So, I mean, there's definitely some connection there.
Sure. I mean, he has some history to him. I think this bench test report, which is in the ad, is pretty interesting. A luthier went through the guitar and recorded a bunch of information. This says it's in 1975. They might have read that 5 wrong as a 2.
Oh, interesting. I mean,
the weight
probably doesn't matter.
They've got the weight in ounces. They've got the nut width down to, a 1/10 of a decimal or 100th of a decimal. Really accurate measurement of the neck. It says good. The neck is good. Neck depth at 1st fret and at 12th fret. Truss rod works. This is interesting. They took measurements of the pickups. So the neck is 7.4K and the bridge is 7.52. I feel like that's pretty low output, isn't it? Is that normal for a humbucker?
For a PAF, like a PAF?
They're normally around 8 or under.
For like a PAF.
Yeah.
I think that's normal.
You pronounce it PAF? I always go for PAF.
I'm just being lazy.
I like it. Well, there's that. What do you guys think? Tell us in the comments.
If anything, it might. I'm looking right now on Wikipedia. Yeah, they're saying early PAFs from 56 to 61 were like 7.5 to 9.5, and then from 61 to 65 they were 7.25 to 775, and from
I feel like 7.5 to 9.5 is a pretty big jump.
Yeah, that's a really broad range. I think the classic one is like in that 7 to 7.5.
Yeah.
Like that's what you want.
Like
that's
if you got a 9.5 and all the others were 7.5, you were probably like, whoa, this is a hot guitar. This guitar's got kick. Is that your hot guitar song, Steve? What is going on? I think I'm going to gamble and say that our New Year's Eve episode is probably going to be the least listened to just because of people are doing other stuff.
You think so?
Yeah, I think even against Christmas. Like, Christmas is rough.
Yeah.
For people who are listening to podcasts. They're not going to work. They're not doing stuff. I feel like New Year's Eve is kind of the same territory. Maybe I'm wrong. Prove us wrong, guys. Listen to this episode a lot. What's new, dude?
I got some stuff.
You got some stuff?
Yeah, hold on.
Tell me about the stuff you got, Steve.
I got this in the Inner Circle Secret Santa.
I unfortunately didn't get in that soon enough.
For shame.
I didn't get to do it this year.
This
Sorry,
is
guys.
a bright pink. Are all of these bright pink?
Yeah, that's the look.
This is the Yellow Cake Petals Psychotropia.
I got to play around with that thing at Summer NAMM. I remember it being really wacky and really fun.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like a resonant filter pitch shifty.
Yeah.
But it does it like in not, so the rate basically, or you can like tap it in. So if you tap in like da, 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 it's going to be like, brant, 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 brant.
It's a weird one.
So it's like, and like the glide knob, you can change with the glide knob, like how hard that is. The resonance, like if you make it like a lower resonance, it'll be like the resonance and glide can kind of affect that smoothness. If you take the resonance and like turn it to maximum, and then you hit the string at the exact same time, like that filter is switching, it just like fuzzes out like crazy. There's definitely some like really cool, unique modulation sounds in here where it's like, I want something modulated, but like I'm really tired of like chorus or phaser or whatever. Like you can definitely get some like really cool sounds in here. Or like I said, you crank that resonance all the way up. Now you're just making wackadoodle noises. It's super cool.
What else do you get?
The other one I got
Did
is...
you do 2 Secret Santas?
No, this is one I bought. I talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Last episode actually, and that's the Like My Pedals K2. This is the one I was saying I got because it's the new artwork, which is like 90s throwback. It's Saved by the Bell artwork or whatever you want to call it.
No, that's accurate. I forget what that style of art is called. There's a technical term for it.
But one thing, so it's really cool. It's got, like I said, it's got a bass boost knob. I mentioned that last time.
That's not a knob. That's a switch.
There's a switch. It's got a toggle for silicon, mythical, or modern sounds. It's got some knobbies to turn here. The smooth knob is like, it's like the bass version of a presence knob. So instead of being, typically presence is like a high mid sweep. The smooth knob is more of like, it feels more like of a low mid sweep. So it's really cool. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with it. I've just been messing around with it here. Mess around with it at home a bit as well.
Yeah, it sounded decent here. It sounded like that kind of like creamy clon sort of.
Yeah, and you know, the one thing I will say with this
preamp boost sort of sound
is usually with like everything with clons, and when I had the KTR, people were like, I was like saying like, oh, this or that or whatever about the sound, and people were like, oh, you're running the gain wrong. Like your gain should definitely not be like higher than 12 o'clock. I've had this thing up to with the gain maybe to like 2 o'clock, and it sounds really good. Like like just like a straight ahead, like drivey.
People say all
thing.
sorts of stuff about clons.
I know.
I like to run a little bit. I like to run a clon a little bit hot. You know, it doesn't have to just be a clean boost.
Yeah,
put a little dirt on there. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's not it's not known for its dirt sounds as a circuit, but the dirt sounds are fine.
Yeah,
run that dirt if you want.
So like the Psychotropia, I want to figure out how to work it onto my board because I just like it's so wacky. I just want to make it work. The K2, I think, is going to go pretty much straight onto my board.
Sure.
I think I can.
Yeah, you got to find the right moment to use that Psychotropia for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if I can get it dialed in smooth enough, it could just be like my good to go drive pedal.
That delirium
or not drive pedal. Good to go like modulation pedal.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You know what?
Oh, what's new with you, Ryan?
Thank you.
Well, you know what's new with me?
I was hoping you'd ask, Steve. Well, the last time when I played the Christmas service at my church, the Christmas Eve service, I was going to play 3 services, which I did, all Christmas music, of course. And I don't usually play 3 services. I usually play 2 services, and I usually play early in the morning, and these were like afternoon services. I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself for Christmas. I'm going to bring 3 guitars and play a different guitar each service.
What?
I know, right? Crazy. So what I brought was the Harmony Silhouette, my Fender Flying V parts guitar that I put together, and my Squier Telecaster with 3 humbuckers in it. Right. And so I had 2 like goldish guitars and a red guitar, and they looked really nice against the Christmas tree that I was standing next to on the stage. And it was interesting because the sound guy started to like get excited about it and telling me about what he thought about each guitar after each service. And after the first 2 services, he was like, the Telecaster sounded all right, but that V really cut through the mix. And then after he told me that, I was like, I got to know what he thinks about the Harmony. I'm going to play the Harmony the last service. And he came up to me and he's like, yeah, that V, I really like the way the V cut through the mix. It's really, really like sharp, like cutting sound. But when you started playing the harmony, like I tweaked this on the EQ and I did this and it just sounded really, really nice.
Cool.
It sounded so good. So that's the way I felt too. Like when I got to the harmony, I was like, this is the one that is, my Christmas treat right now. This one feels great and sounds great. So I'm glad that someone else in the building was listening and paying attention and had an opinion on it.
Thankfully, it was your sound guy.
I know, right?
My father-in-law made a comment. I don't know if it was on the Instagram where you posted that picture or where it was, but he was saying like that he really liked the red Telecaster.
The red Telecaster is definitely a lot of fun.
Just looking at it,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be disappointed when he like goes to like Guitar Center or whatever and finds out that it only has 2 pickups.
Yeah, I modified that one. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing that V too. It's definitely like super sharp and cutting through the mix. Very twangy, very bright sounding guitar. I mean, that's what you get when you get a V body with single coils. But I had a lot of fun playing with it. And I need to get that guitar out of the house more. And I need to get the Silhouette out of the house more. That harmony is super fun. And apparently, maybe I need to dial in the Telecaster a little bit better. I think as long as there's not something to compare it to, then it's fine.
It could very much just be from like a sound. Where's your V at?
Oh, it's in the case in the living room.
It could just be from like a sound perspective that what are the humbuckers in the Squire? Are they the stock humbuckers?
There's 2 stock humbuckers and then there's a Seymour Duncan SB
in the middle.
In the bridge.
Oh, is it JB?
JB, maybe. I don't remember. It came out of the Cower Titan. And it was not a Seth. He usually uses Seth levers, but it wasn't a Seth lever.
Interesting. Okay.
It was something else.
So the thing is what I was going to say is maybe it's really just a preference for single coil pickups over like
maybe.
humbuckers. Is the Harmony humbuckers?
No, they're mini buckers.
So they're going to be a little brighter.
Yeah.
They're going to be humbuckers.
I have coil cuts on the Telecaster, which I was using fairly often.
But maybe you were like under outputting.
Maybe. I don't know. But I had a great time and I want to do it again. I just don't want to do it on a regular Sunday morning when I wake up early and I'm feeling wrecked hauling all that gear.
Yeah. What was that all about? Because you posted about the 3 guitars and then you posted something about like, oh, it's so early. Well,
that was the Sunday morning service before the Christmas Eve service. And they had us come in a half hour earlier to learn some songs because we didn't get to have a rehearsal.
Gotcha. I don't think I've played at church since like October.
Oh, geez.
Just because like basically every single time I've been on the schedule to play, I've been working.
Yeah.
It's been pretty crazy.
Sunday's
just out of town.
Sunday's the only day of the week I have to wake up. So it's always pretty rough on me to have to be at church at 7.
Right.
And then they made it 6:30 that day. Yeesh. And it just took it out of me, man.
I haven't had to be on site before 8 o'clock in years.
Yeah, I'm jealous about that. Man, it's rough. Getting up early to be there at 7. I must like doing it because I'm definitely not getting paid.
All right, you ready to hit the sponsor spot? You got anything else?
Yeah, hit me with a sponsor spot.
All right, this week's first sponsor is D'Addario. This week, D'Addario would like us to talk about the D'Addario Planet Waves Chordmaster software for Palm OS. This is $15 at Guitar Center, and it contains more than 4,000 chord voicings, excellent for beginning through advanced guitars. Intuitive menus help you easily navigate through the entire chord library.
This is the sound of us losing our sponsor.
Convenient installation software displays all chords for both right and left-handed musicians. It's about the size of a large wallet. Hold on, this guy's wallet is definitely. Does he have a large wallet or a tiny hand?
They're not selling the Palm Pilot. This is the software that goes with the Palm Pilot. For some reason,
what? I thought you at least got the Palm Pilot.
This is a sponsorship wrapped in an ad because someone posted this to the group, and I'm sure it was a fine product. I'm sure it was a wonderful product, but I don't understand why it's still for sale through Guitar Center.
Does anybody own a Palm 7?
only if they're buying it at a garage sale or something. I mean, it sounds like a great product that would have been awesome like in that time, but I think we're at least 2 decades out from that at this point, right? It's been a long time since people use Palm Pilots.
Ryan, this will display all chords for both right and left-handed musicians.
It says more than 4,000 chord voicings. I didn't know there was that many chords. I know like maybe 48 chords.
I know like 7.
We're both very far away from 4,000 chord voicings. So anyways,
you know who knows all the chord voicings?
Who?
Inventor.
Oh my God.
Hey, bro.
Hi, Inventor is a frequent visitor of our video premieres and a fun character, to say the least.
No, but for real, this video is sponsored by D'Addario. And we're talking
They've been making great stuff forever.
Yeah,
but this was sure. I'm sure a fantastic product when it came out
in 1997.
You can't find. And where do you find a Palm 7?
I don't know
to run the software on anymore. I mean, if there's a secret, like club of people who are Palm 7 enthusiasts out there, it's probably smart that Guitar Center is still selling this software. $15 software for the Palm 7 enthusiasts.
The Palm 7 was released in May 1999. The CPU is the Motorola Dragon Ball. That's fun. 16 megahertz. Has 2 megabytes RAM.
Right now, we have a listener who...
It's running on 2 AAA batteries.
We have one listener, at least, who is a Palm Pilot nerd, and they are rock hard right now. They can't believe we're talking about their other hobby. Oh, boy. Do we want to talk about the topic?
I thought we were going to do a real sponsor spot for them.
Okay, let's do a real sponsor spot for them. Right. You lay it on, man. I'm going to get another beer.
Yeah, get me another one, too.
All right.
Our real sponsor spot for D'Addario is for the D'Addario XT string. XT? I don't know why I always forget the name. Oh, it's right here in front of me. The D'Addario XT string takes the technology from the NYXL, that fusion twist, that carbon fiber steel, and it mixes it with a super slim. You should just get 2 of those. Drink one for yourself. A super slim coating, and it just, man, it says extended life, natural feel, and I gotta say, it's got both of those things. I always joke around that Ryan's guitars all rust super hard because he plays them, but it's not a joke, it's real.
I got bad sweat, guys.
And he put these on this Strat like a month and a half ago, and it's still chugging along just great.
Chugging.
Sounds fantastic.
Oh, you're still finishing that beer.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're doing our own personalized bottles of Dragon's Milk here.
So anyway, go check out D'Addario. Go see all of their strings. But I mean, I think if you try out the XT, you're gonna love them.
Yeah.
I know I do.
I love D'Addario.
I don't know what to do with all my like regular XLs at home now because now I just want to play XTs all the time.
I know, right? I'm gonna drink some of this beer. Do I pour it out? Yeah, this is a pour. We're doing it.
You don't drink that from a bottle, man.
We're doing a Drunkisode.
What's wrong with you?
Who knows? Maybe it'll turn into a Drunkisode. It's been a long time since we did a Drunkisode. I feel we did one like 2 years ago, right around this time of year, and it was so bad. We did a couple Drunkisodes in a row. It was so bad people complained about it on our iTunes reviews.
Oh yeah.
So
they were in January too.
Everyone, go to our
basically
iTunes
did
reviews.
An entire year with no Drunkisodes.
Yeah, because it damaged us so deeply. Yeah. Go to our iTunes reviews and give us some good ones so that people don't think we're alcoholics.
All right, so this first topic is what gear trends need to be left in 2019?
Resin rivers.
Ooh.
That's my initial reaction right off the bat.
Phasers?
Yeah.
2019 was the year of the phaser,
Let's
and
leave
I
that
think we can
in
just
the
leave
past.
that in the past. I don't want to hear about phasers anymore. What else you got?
That's a good beer.
Podcasts? Don't make new podcasts.
No more
guys.
No more guitar podcasts in 2020.
There's enough.
Yeah, if you see someone starting a guitar podcast in 2020, laugh in their face. It's over, guys.
Call out culture. I'm over call out culture.
Did you write a bunch down?
No, I'm just saying things.
You mean like videos that
That's not a gear trend. It's more of like just a general trend, but I'm seeing it more and more pop up into gear culture where like my mic keeps falling. That's a call out.
Maybe your mic stand's been drinking. Getting sloppy.
Possibly. But I've just been seeing more and more videos pop up where it's like, oh, this guy hurt my feelings. And it's like, man, we're all people. Get over it.
Yeah.
Also, it's like,
my feelings hurt all the time. Whose fault is that? I don't know who to blame.
it sounds like maybe you have fibromyalgia.
Everything hurts.
No, I you know,
I don't know. I think I'm fine with some things getting called out. Like,
there's definitely. I'm not saying like,
but I think when it's done for sport, then it's super annoying. When it's done like, hey guys, this thing happened. This sucks, and I don't like this. And it's like something someone's actually going through. Like, that's real. But when it's like, let's see who we can expose now because this is our hobby, I think that sucks.
Right. It's also just like, you know, when you see that and it's like, whether or not there's some honesty to it, when it feels like it's just being done because it's like, I'm going to try to ride the negative coattails of a person.
Yeah.
That's just weird. It's also like sometimes like I think we need to recognize
this is the wrong way to use this cup, but I don't care right now.
No, that's the right way to use it.
To fill it all the way to the top?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know. I thought you had to leave some air in there so you can sniff from the bulb or whatever.
You can still sniff. Sniff from the bowl. That's what you're gonna be. That's what you're gonna be doing after this, sniffing from the bowl. The other thing, it's like it got me thinking about this as I was reading a piece, and then I talked at length to my wife about it. Is the Peloton ad? Though
we are fully off topic now.
The best clapback of that is the guy who plays the husband in the Peloton ad. Basically, people were trying to quote cancel him.
Oh my gosh!
Right, like the idea that like
he's an actor.
He is a terrible person for being playing the role of husband. Now the best clapback of it is apparently he bought his real life girlfriend a Peloton for Christmas, and she seemed moderately excited about it.
He's got that Peloton money now.
Also, like he is an actor and his girlfriend looked like she was trying to be a model, so I guess it made sense. I don't know.
Steve is looking at pictures of these people.
I mean, it was a story, but it's like more than
it was a story.
In that case, Steve. it was funny, and my favorite comment on it is like, we want to go after the Peloton guy for being like an asshole husband in a 60-second internet commercial. But Bryan Cranston does like 8 freaking seasons of a guy who's manufacturing and selling drugs, and he's the greatest freaking actor of the decade.
My takeaway from those Peloton commercials is that like, okay, that's cool. She's like vlogging her exercise or whatever. But then like the last shot is her playing a thank you message on her vlog on the TV for her husband that he gave her, or boyfriend or whatever, that he gave her the Peloton. And that's just super annoying.
It's weird.
Like if my wife was like, honey, I want to show you something. It's my vlog on the TV where I thank you for buying me an exercise bike. I'd be like, okay, we need to talk. Like you need to chill out about this exercise bike. Like I know I gave it to you. I know you're excited about it. This is like, and this vlog thing, this is weird. You can just talk to me. You don't have to vlog to me.
So I think that's a thing though. I will say, like, I think that's a Peloton thing.
To vlog?
Yeah. I don't know about like full-on vlogging like that, but like because
that's obnoxious.
I think I know at least one. Well,
from someone has made a big part of their life to freaking record every piece of guitar equipment that passes through my fingers. Vlogging yourself exercising every day is obnoxious.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think like Peloton is designed to be a social community like that. Because I know we have one mutual friend who's a Peloton user, and I see him all of the time on like Instagram being like, who's taking this class this morning? Or like,
is a Peloton user anything like a Force user?
I wish. Peloton users, let us know if you have any extra like powers beyond like the normal 5 senses. We would very much like to know.
I'd be afraid if Peloton users got powers, because those people are not obnoxious as far as I can tell.
I'm just saying, like, there's a built-in social aspect to.
I can't believe we're 20 years into the year 2000 and we're talking about freaking exercise bikes.
It's not an exercise bike, man. It's better than an exercise bike.
It's an exercise bike with a TV duct taped to it.
Well, that's true. That's true. I would just say, like, it's an advanced exercise bike.
So any other gear stuff you want to leave in 2019? Let's leave that in the past. Hindsight is 2019. Well, foresight is 2020.
Let's think make it happen. Amp modelers we can leave in the past because Strymon has ended that.
It's all iridium now.
It's all there can only be iridium.
You know what?
Headphone amps, we can leave that in the past now because Boss has ended that.
I'm always curious to see.
I want to know what the line is going to be at NAMM to just wear
check out those headphones.
Freaking headphones.
I want to try them. That's for sure. I'm always curious to find out what people.
Are you going to hold a microphone? Put a microphone between your ear?
No, that's stupid. That's the thing. There's no way to demo that product other than to say like, "Oh, I like it."
You need 2 headphones. Well, was there a YouTube channel that actually got like the binaural headphone or the binaural microphone and put the headphone like on the mic?
I'm sure there was, but if there isn't, that's genius.
You should get it. Put the two microphones here. Put the headphones on it like this.
Right. It's still not really going to show you what's going on.
It'll show you exactly what's going on, Ryan.
What was I trying to say before you rudely interrupted me, Steve?
Something dumb.
Yeah, something really dumb. Oh, I'm always interested to find out what people have to say about the products I've demoed when they get them.
Right.
And a lot of people are like saying, oh my gosh, Steve drink over here, dripping that last drop in there. People are saying the same stuff that I experienced with it, with the iridium. And it makes me happy that I was able to accurately like assess like what that product is like, and people are saying like basically the same stuff I was saying about it.
Right.
And as how it like responds to your playing, how it responds to, hitting it with more gain and more volume and things like that.
A lot of people are still sticking to their HXs though.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to get people to quit their HX. I still love my HX. I just love it different now.
Oh, I need to.
Yes, tell us what you needed to do, Steve.
Have you hit up Line 6 at all about NAMM sponsorship?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I probably should.
I'm making a note that I will definitely forget about.
Anything else we should leave in the previous decade? 9s. No more 9s. I don't want to see a 9 in a year for at least 10 years now.
Okay.
2029.
I mean, I could be fine not seeing a 9 in a year for like the next 40 years.
I'm happy to not be in the teens anymore.
No, 50 years. 50 years. No 9s in a year for the next 50 years. That way, the next time we see a 9 in a year, it's 2069.
Oh my gosh. You're going to be disappointed when 2029 comes around and 2039, 2049. 2069, though, I hope I make it. We're going to be old.
Do you plan on making it?
We're going to be...
Is this show still going to be going?
What will I be, like 78 then or something like that?
It'll be like 58 or 88.
I'm going to party hard when we hit 2069.
Tonight we're going to party like it's 2069.
I'm going to buy those. Can we just make...
When you are 88 years old, and if you are 88 years old and then generate 1.21 gigawatts of energy, will you travel to a time point of your selecting?
Okay. I don't know if we're going to make it age-wise, but first one of us to invent a time machine, we meet up and we go to go to 2069 first.
All right.
And then we go to the year 420.
It was such a slow burn. So I watched Davey 504's
oh my gosh
5 million sub episode. Guys, get us to 5 million subs. It'll be worth it for somebody, mostly Ryan. But in this episode, it's so subtle that if you're not paying attention, you're just kind of like confused, because The first thing he says is that bass was invented in the year 1420, which is like, okay, I could see like maybe that's plausible. Like maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Then he said he was born in 1969, and my wife is like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh no, it's a. I was like,
joke.
We were like sitting there for a little minute. I'm like, no, like there's no way he's as old as your brother.
How hard do you think it would be to get him on the show?
On this show?
Yeah, probably impossible.
I think if we,
he's in Spain, right?
No, I think he's in Italy.
Oh,
so I think if. Okay, so next Gear Street.
Yeah, you're right. He is Italian.
Next time.
Well, if he ever sees this, he's definitely not going to come on the show because I mixed up what countries he's in.
I was super confused the other day because there were two people on the fireplace video who were saying like Davey 504 approves this video in the comments, and I was like, wait, what? Like,
it's because they're guitars.
Oh, okay.
Because
I was trying to figure out like where's this like. Was this getting shared by Davey? Because I would just quit. I would quit.
Oh,
I would not quit.
You know who shared a clip of it on Instagram and it made my day? Frickin' Andy.
Andy, PDX Andy?
Mm-hmm. It makes my day anytime he acknowledges my existence at all on Instagram or elsewise. But he reshared it. Well, he shared a clip of it on Instagram like as a story. He didn't do it as a post. He did it as a story, so it's probably gone now.
Right. No, I'm not looking for that.
But it made my day. Thanks, Andy, if you're listening, which you probably aren't. But he was, you know, I'm willing to say Andy's my gear demo hero.
I sent
he's established this genre of thing that I do as a legitimate thing. Like he's the Siskel and Ebert of guitar demos. Do you think that's a fair thing to say?
I think that is a pretty fair thing to say.
Siskel and Ebert established movie reviews as a legitimate thing.
Sick.
And I feel like he established it as established guitar demos as a legitimate thing. Okay, what's sick, dude?
So that video was also shared by Lee Ronaldo.
Oh yeah?
Who is best known as I did not know who he was. Best known as co-founder of Sonic Youth. So I commented on the video.
Holy hell.
I commented on the video, hey man, do you mind crediting us on this? So he edited the post to say credit at 60 Cycle Hum. Lee freaking now he only has like 70K. Like he's not a big Instagrammer.
Is he in here? I got this book of guitar heroes.
Look at this. Look at this. Repost from at 60 Cycle Hum. Lee freaking Ronaldo.
We're famous.
We're famous, guys. All right. Thanks for listening. Stick around.
I want to see if he's in this book that I got from
probably
my aunt.
I'm gonna say probably not.
You don't think he's in here?
Because I think the known guitarist from Sonic Youth is the one that had the signature Fender.
Oh yeah.
Thurgood Martin. Oh.
Yeah, I don't see him in here. That's a bummer. I hope he's not watching this because then he's going to be depressed.
Thurston Moore
I
had
got this book of guitar heroes as a Christmas gift.
But that was like, so I was like, I don't know. It took me a minute because I had to look it up. And I don't like, I'm familiar with Sonic Youth in terms of influence, but I'm not like particularly. Can you be familiar with their music?
Yeah, you can.
I need to listen. I need to put that down as
albums you should listen
things
to.
I need to listen to in 2020. Cause I do like, so, in a moment of lucidity, if you guys email
Moment of lucidity. Cheers.
If you guys email 60cyclehumcast@gmail.com with album suggestions, I will do my best to listen to them.
Oh.
I won't say that I won't ever acknowledge that I listen to them. Well, because like I don't know, but like a lot of times at work I like to listen to complete thoughts. So a lot of times I just go onto YouTube and search for full album. And if I can find a full album of something, I'll listen to it. Sometimes it's dumb. Sometimes it's something.
You know, I've thought about doing some album reviews. I have a format in mind for the YouTube channel. Maybe that's something we should explore in 2020.
But I mean, like I listen to, well, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a Swiftie, but I lean that way. So like I listened to the Taylor Swift album when it came out. I listened to that Kanye West Praise and Worship album finally. But like I'm also going back and listening to like I listened through the entire Smiths catalog. I listened through the entire Joy Division catalog. Like I listened through a couple Black Sabbath albums. Like I just listened to stuff at work.
You know what? When
a lot of times I'm just writing. I'm writing protocols. I'm doing reports at work, and I just want to listen to Complete Thoughts.
You know what? When on my last trip,
I listened to the entire Zeppelin catalog and the entire Pink Floyd catalog, which Ryan has not.
I have not.
Ryan doesn't even know who Pink Floyd is.
I know who they are. I've heard songs from them. I just don't like them. On the way,
Ryan hates Dave Gilmour.
Shut up. On the way to the last Germany trip that I did, I was listening to albums on the airplane because they had albums available on the back of the seat entertainment
that's cool.
thing. And I listened to, I forget which one of Jimi Hendrix albums. And I was sitting there realizing, like, I've heard Hendrix songs my whole life.
Yeah.
I've never sat and listened to a full album. And there's a lot of stuff on there that is like, I've never heard this before. This is fun. I'm glad I'm listening to this. So yeah, maybe we should make that our goal for 2020. Let's listen to albums and talk about albums.
Yeah, let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to do it.
Let's talk about music on our guitar dumb show.
Here's a gear trend to end.
Maybe we should do an album exchange every week where you and I will make it part of the podcast. You and I listen to the same album and then we talk about it on the show.
Okay.
Once a week.
I'm just going to make you listen to every Jimmy Eat World album.
Oh my gosh, stop. Yeah, maybe because we record 2 episodes in a session, I'll pick one, you pick one, we'll alternate. And we have to listen to the same album and then talk about it.
Yeah. We'll listen to like 20 or so albums a year. That's actually really solid.
It is.
If we were to do like 20 albums in the next year.
Yeah.
Very ambitious.
Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Hold us to it if you like the idea.
Yeah. All right. I don't know.
We're definitely not going to do it next week, so don't ask.
Yeah. I don't know what the topic... My notes are in shambles. This episode is also sponsored by Chase Bliss Audio. They make pedals more creative than you do. Ryan, you own almost every Chase Bliss pedal.
Nah, I own a bunch of them.
You own everything except a Spectre, right?
I don't have the Brothers.
I thought you had the Brothers.
I don't have the Brothers. I don't have the Mood.
Wait.
I mean, I don't have the Blooper.
Okay, you don't have the Blooper. You don't have the Brothers?
I don't have the
I thought
Brothers.
you demoed the Brothers.
I never demoed the Brothers. The Brothers came out before we had a working relationship with Chase Bliss.
Okay. You have the Gravitas.
I have the Gravitas.
You have the Warp Vinyl?
I have the Warp Vinyl Hi-Fi.
Okay, so
I have the Dark World.
The Dark World.
I have the Tonal Recall.
Mm-hmm. Red Knob.
I have the Red Knob mod.
Did you sell the Blue Knob?
No, I got it modded. I sent it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had the Blue Knob and I flipped it. Sorry.
What else were we gonna say?
You have the Thermae.
I have the Thermae, which I love. That's a great delay pedal.
So you have everything except the Blooper and the Brothers and the Spectre, which isn't manufactured anymore.
I guess I don't have an original warped vinyl.
Right. Well, you also don't have an original Tonal Recall because you have a Red Knob.
Right. But you can still access
the
those
point
sounds on there.
Is if you want to talk to somebody who has an extensive knowledge of Chase Bliss,
talk to Joel Corte. I'm going to pull up this. Huge thanks to Chase Bliss. They make pedals more creative than you are. Thank you for sponsoring this show and so many of our episodes. And
a gear trend I would like to see continue in 2020 is Chase Bliss's support of this show.
I'd love to see. We have 2 sponsors this episode and next episode. We run a maximum of 4 sponsorship spots per episode. If you're a gear company or you just want to sponsor our episodes, hit us up. We have 2 open slots right now. I'm going to probably start hunting for more sponsors after NAMM this year and get more serious about that.
After NAMM, not during NAMM? How dare you?
Maybe during NAMM.
How dare you?
Yeah. I put this because this is our Drunkisode episode. I put up
This is the middle of a sponsor spot.
We're not done with the sponsor spot? Okay.
Chase Bliss Audio. Ryan has owned like almost every Chase Bliss pedal.
Oh, there was a point to this. He's going to wrap it up.
They're freaking great. Well, I wanted you to talk about how great all their pedals were.
They're super great. They're so cool. They do so much. They make all kinds of sounds.
They're more creative than you are.
Most of them can be a chorus pedal.
They have a digital brain
and an analog heart,
unless it's the dark world,
which is a digital brain and a digital heart.
Guys, seriously, Chase Bliss Audio is a great company. As much as we talk about, and I've said this before too, like as much as we talk about how crazy the pedals are, like at their core, they are fantastic effects. You can dial in all of the sound. You can pretty much dial in all of the basic sounds that you want.
Every Chase Bliss pedal at its core is a really good version of that pedal, of that style of pedal. But then you can dial in the craziest, most inventive stuff.
And if you're doing like MIDI, there's more options there for presets and everything. Like, go check it out, chaseblissaudio.com. Go buy something, you cheapskates.
You know what? Sell all your Christmas gifts. Use that money to buy yourself some Chase Bliss stuff.
I wish.
Yeah, right? You know what I mean?
I've got an idea.
What is it?
Oh, no, I was riffing off of you saying to sell all the Christmas gifts.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
How much? Do you think I could get every Chase Bliss pedal if I sold one of my kids?
I'd hope so. I mean, they're not inexpensive pedals, but I feel like you should be able to get a lot of money for a live human body.
I mean, it depends on the country that is purchasing.
It's a country that's doing it? I think you're selling to an individual.
Well, you're selling an individual, but like the price of a child
is super dark.
Varies country to country.
This is super dark. Are you asking me to assess the value of your individual children? Like, what is the resale value of your children, Steve?
Yes. What's your next topic, Ryan?
Well, because I knew this was going to be a sloppy and off-topic podcast because we're getting into the beers. I did a little secret post on our Inner Circle group, which is our group for our $10 Patreons. And I said, we need some off-topic stuff to ramble about in the New Year's Drunkisode. So you want to just go through some of these and just see where we end up?
Actually, I think since you mentioned that, I want to do a little housekeeping before I forget.
Housekeep us for it.
I want to, so housekeeping, again, Ryan just mentioned at the $10 level, you get into our Inner Circle Facebook group. Every once in a while, we do special stuff. We also send out like a little merch pack to those people, and there's some Inner Circle exclusive merchandise. But at the $5 level, you still get merch. So thanks, Sander Hessels, for upgrading from the, I think, $2 level up to the $5 level. Super appreciate it. And also a big shout who is already in the Inner Circle, and I need to double check if I sent his stuff already. I think I may have. At the $10 level is Ben. To be fair. At the $10 level. So thanks, Ben. And at the $10, like,
why did we do the
to be fair thing? Because his last name is Fair. So yeah. So thanks. Welcome to the Inner Circle. I know. I think I already added you to the group. I'm pretty sure I already did. And hopefully you are enjoying your time there.
Yeah. I just want to say, too, there's no expectation for anyone to stay in our Patreon indefinitely. That's not the idea. We love people who are in there when they're in there, and we love you when you leave. The fact that you contributed to this stupid guitar show experiment at all means a lot to us, and it funds a lot of stuff for us. And we just love that there are people who want to be part of, the deeper part of our community. So if you're already in and you want to get out, we're not going to hate you. We're not going to think poorly of you. We love you.
It's true.
Always and forever.
All right. What's that topic?
Let's find something here. I haven't even read through any of these. What makes a perfect ink pen? Should we say the names of people who are in there? We should leave that secret.
Let's do this topic first. Let's do a real topic first.
Oh, okay. All right.
The question is basically in the vein of Chapman guitars, if we could design signature instruments for under $300, what would they be?
So this is a guitar or a bass that would sell for under $300 and would be a 60 cycle hum signature instrument.
Yes.
Well, I think for me,
would it be possible? So this is from Ozer Guitar Lop. Would it be possible to design a 60 cycle hum guitar for under $300, available worldwide? Ryan and Steve, the new Chapman. As we all know, Rob Chapman has been canceled.
Super canceled.
We are here to take his place
because
Because he got called out,
He got called out.
and now he's canceled. That's how
He's
it works.
canceled. He got called out for
He did.
what?
He did apologize. I don't know if he apologized. I didn't watch the video.
I don't know. I watched that video. I don't even care. I don't care.
If you had a signature guitar, I think I could do a sub. I feel like I could do a sub $300 Squire, but my issue is I do not like their satin necks at all. And so that might be a problem. You know that Squire can do gloss necks as well. I know, but like I don't know if they do gloss necks under $300.
Well, the problem is that it won't be under $300 because you're going to want such a large cut of the sale.
Oh my gosh! If Squire Squire sent us an email in 2020 and was like, "Look, guys, we want to do 60 cycle hum guitars, but we can only get it under $300 if you take 0.5%." I'd be like, "Yes, please."
0.5%.
0.5%.
I bet that's generous. I'm sure it's flat rate for that sort of stuff. You think they pay a percentage to people?
I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. It's in the it is in the book.
Is it in the Squire book?
It's mentioned. They mentioned that at least at the time of that publishing, they talk about the fact that they prefer to work with artists for the long run over like just being like, hey, how much does it cost to like get your name?
Okay, so they want to do a percentage.
Yeah, they would prefer to do like they would prefer to have a partnership over a just like a buyout.
With all our affiliate things that we do, Amazon, Sweetwater, Thomann, etc. We could just say, hey, this particular guitar is our signature guitar now. Buy it through this link. And we would get it's like a guaranteed percentage off that link.
Oh my gosh.
And it's probably better than what most like artists get for their signature gear.
The percentage might be, but the gear won't.
Right. No, the production numbers are probably way lower than what we would
hey
get.
guys, this Firefly is the new Ryan signature guitar. Go buy it while it's available for the next 73 hours.
My gut reaction to this is that I would for sure do a modified Squire Bolt Mustang as a signature guitar for myself. I'd be like, this is the Ryan Burke 60 cycle hum signature Squire Bolt Mustang.
How would you modify it?
It would definitely,
because that actually makes a ton of sense. Because that's like it's like 150.
Yeah.
So you could like do a signature model at like $200.
I could pimp it up a little bit.
Yeah. So okay. So what would you change?
I think like you were saying, I'd go for gloss neck. Like do like the Squire classic vibe. Kind of like yellow gloss on it. Then I would probably go for some kind of single coil in the bridge. Like some kind of hot.
Would you keep the humbucker in the neck?
A hot single coil in the bridge.
So hot.
And then maybe a Jazzmaster pickup in the neck.
Ooh. I don't know if you could do all of those.
You think they would let me do that?
What would it be, a Telly single or a Stret single?
Oh man.
I mean, it probably doesn't matter.
Dude, a hot Telly single in the bridge would be a lot of fun.
Well, you might not even need it to be a hot. It might just be like the regular Telecaster
just a
pickup.
twangy Telly in the bridge.
Would you go Telly bridge?
That smooth.
Where'd you want this bridge?
That smooth, creamy Jazzmaster in the neck position, and of course a kill switch because I got a kill switch in there, and probably just still a hardtail bridge on it, but the stamped steel saddles instead of like their die cast saddles or whatever they are.
Right. I don't know if you could. I mean, maybe you can't. You definitely could not do that for 200, but 300.
It'd be under 300. It would be under 300. And of course, some sort of like metal flake finish.
Metal flake. Was it like gold metal flake?
Maybe like 2 or 3 colors. But gold
No,
would definitely.
signature, you only get one color.
Gold. Okay, then it would be gold metal flake.
Maybe 2.
Gold metal flake.
Gold.
Single ply pick guard.
Red. Gold and red. Say you get 2 colors.
It would be gold, and it would be like that pearl seafoam that they put on Mexican fenders now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I want to.
Man, I want that guitar now. That sounds nice.
I've been playing a precision jazz combo recently. And that pickup combination, I don't know, it just works for me. So I think
it certainly seems like a very versatile setup.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is. And it's got like I've kind of like adjusted to like the P style neck, which is a little bigger.
The piss neck.
What?
He said the P style neck.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so I feel like I would want to go down that route, but yeah, I'm with you. Like, I want something like a glossier neck.
Sure.
I just my thing is I guess I don't have enough experience. I probably need to think outside the box in terms of builder. I'm really thinking, I don't know. I've had this like thought in my head for a while that I should try to get one of the Ibanez Talman basses.
You told me that earlier.
Well, I told you that earlier in the future. At the beginning of this episode, Ryan was like, don't talk about any of the stuff we talk about next episode. I gotcha, bitch!
We recorded them in reverse order so that we could drink on this one for New Year's and not be sloppy on the other episode.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It hasn't worked.
I tricked you.
Yeah, you tricked
me. It's a trap!
Have
you seen the new Star Wars?
No, I haven't yet.
Me neither. Good. Yeah. Okay, good. It's a trap. But yeah, I think I could really see like something from the Ibanez Talman bass series being like a signature instrument for me.
We need to figure out if the new ones are MDF like the old ones.
No, I'm sure they're not.
Let's ask them at NAMM. Hey, Ibanez, are these Talmans MDF? Part of me feels like that's kind of endearing that the old Talmans are MDF. Like I always wanted one of the old style ones with the long lower horn.
Yeah.
They don't call it MDF. They call it something else.
Yeah. Oh, they do?
It's particle board, you know.
Oh, let's see. Models. Just a big list of models and players.
Yeah, who cares?
The Wikipedia has very little information. So yeah, I think I would go for some kind of PJ in like one of the Talman bass shapes.
Models and players sounds like the title of a song from like Zebrahead or something awful like that.
I've never listened to Zebrahead.
Early 2000 band.
What do they sound like, Ryan? Tell me more.
I don't know. It don't matter.
Tell me more about Zebrahead.
It don't matter.
All right, hit me with that inner circle topic.
All right,
let's give the people what they paid for.
Oh shoot! I just got away from it. Let's get back to the inner circle. There's 17 comments. Would you rather go to a NASCAR race or a tennis match?
Oh,
I feel like the food and drinks would be better at the tennis match, but they'd be cheaper at NASCAR. Maybe that's not true though. They tend to like ream you at any sporting event, really. I bet like a plastic cup of Bud Light is like $18 at NASCAR.
I mean, it's $18 no matter what.
Right. But I feel like tennis match would be more relaxing.
I don't even know if you can get a freaking cup of Bud Light at a tennis match.
No, it's all champagne. Am I
champagne for my real friends, real pain for my sham friends?
Am I misimagining what tennis matches are like?
Probably not.
Is it champagne and caviar?
I hope so. I want to sit in the queen box at Wimbledon.
You know, I think I would have a better time at a tennis match just because I feel like I'd be more comfortable and it'd be easier to ignore. Where like NASCAR is just like sitting there in the heat. You can't ignore it.
I don't know, man. You don't think you'd be enthralled by the spectacle
of NASCAR?
Of like, so my, gosh, I don't know what this says about me. Maybe it says a lot. Maybe it doesn't. My cousins go to the Indy 500 every year.
Okay.
So maybe that's maybe that's over specific because the Indy 500 is not a NASCAR event. But it is a major motorsports event.
Mm-hmm.
And
I will admit it is a major motorsports event.
And all I'm getting at is I feel like it's like the thrill of like it's an event. Like it's like the idea of like even if the Coachella lineup sucks, if you
NASCAR is like the full sport. The event is Indy 500, right? that you're talking
No,
about?
Indy 500 is like not part of NASCAR at all.
What is
like,
the event then? What are you talking about?
It's part of is it Formula One? It's IndyCar.
No,
It's a different kind of car.
What is the event for NASCAR?
Talladega 500, the Daytona 500.
All right.
Like it could be anything.
Your cousins go to any NASCAR event.
No, Indy is different. Indy is a different type of car.
Your cousins go to Indy?
Go to the Indy 500.
Okay.
But I'm saying it's a motorsports event, but it's not part of NASCAR because NASCAR is a specific vehicle.
I mean, when it comes to top motorsports events,
the Indy 500 is one of them.
the Indy 500 is one I've heard of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've probably heard of the Indy 500. You've probably heard of the Daytona 500.
Right.
You've probably heard of Talladega
Yeah.
because there was a movie.
Ricky Bobby.
The greatest Talladega champion of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's maybe it. Like, there's some other ones that are at specific speedways, but they're like the Coca-Cola 500, and you don't really know where they're at.
Right.
But anyway, what I'm saying is like, I think there's like, I get the impression that when my cousins go, they're not going because they're like fans of Indy racing. They go because, well, one, they grew up in Indianapolis, so I think it's just a thing.
It's just a thing that you do. It's like
thing,
going to the beach here.
It's like going to
the zoo.
I mean, it's like going to the zoo if the zoo is only open one time a year.
Right. It is only open one time a year.
Oh, okay.
The whole year. That's the one time it's open.
Right.
Did you know that the zoo doesn't close?
That's not true.
I mean, it closes at night, but it doesn't like. They don't ever. There's always got to be employees there because there's animals.
Oh.
They got to take care of the animals,
oh my gosh.
dude. It's not like Vaughn's where everyone can go home. Like someone's got to be there. What I'm saying is that when the power goes out, the Tyson chicken nuggets don't eat the employees at Vaughn's.
Right. No, so I mean, like it's a like the track, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is used for other events, but that specific race is so I guess it's like if you're not a fan of parades, but you still, it's not like you go to every parade, but you go to like the Tournament of Roses because that's the parade.
You think there's people who are parade heads?
Oh, there's definitely people who are parade heads.
Oh my God. That's so depressing. You know what this show is when we do a drink-isode?
What is this?
And we
show?
go off topic like this?
What are we doing right now, Ryan?
It's just the gear slum.
I mean, you're not wrong.
This is a just different show with different hosts. We're just talking about anything, really. Next topic suggestion in this Inner Circle post: The Mandalorian.
I haven't watched it yet.
You've got Disney Plus, but you haven't watched it yet because
literally I've had Disney Plus for like 2 days.
Steve was telling me that he's got Disney Plus, and then the moment he got it, they did a deep dive into Netflix's
Lost in Space. That's true.
I think is a better decision.
Well, I mean, it's also like
hot take. I think Lost in Space is a better show than Mandalorian.
Right, but Lost in Space is also season 2, and
season 1 was strong though.
And my wife is not like as into Star Wars. Like I have a feeling that I will not come to the same conclusions on the Mandalorian that you will.
Okay.
Because I think I'm more into Star Wars than you are.
Dude, we're Americans who live straddling here's something to think about. I was born in 81.
Hey, tell me a story about Star Wars while I go take a leak.
Oh my God, Steve. I can't tell you something while you're out of the room.
Yeah, you can, because I don't care.
I'm gonna hold I'm gonna talk about this idea that I just had while Steve is pissing in the bathroom, peeing into a toilet bowl. I was born in 81. It's 2020. My life is literally straddling the millennium. I'm straddling into the 20th and 21st century with each leg split in the middle. And I'm just saying that if you're someone born in the time frame that I'm born in, say post 1970, Like every part of pop culture has just been Star Wars. You have not been able to escape Star Wars. Everyone knows pretty much the same stuff about Star Wars. We know all the little dumb tidbits. We know all the backstory. We know all about all the characters. We know about all the aliens. We know about all the ships. We know who's related to who. For one person to claim that another person is a bigger Star Wars nerd than the other is like an ancient Roman claiming that they're a bigger Zeus fan than another ancient Roman. We all know about this stuff. It's not a competition to know who knows about the most stuff. This isn't nerd stuff anymore. This is just regular, everyday pop culture. It doesn't make you special. It doesn't make you cool. It doesn't mean you have any sort of special extra knowledge. Anyone can find this stuff out. Steve is back from pissing. Did you hear any of that? Over your loud excretion?
All I heard was the beginning part where you talked about how your wife is straddling you.
Oh my God, Steve. No, I was talking about how being someone born in the early 80s and now we're in the 2020s, we are straddling the millennium with one foot in the 20th century and the other foot in the 21st century. I like Steve's forethought here. He's still got half a beer and he's getting another one.
You want another one?
He knows where he's going. No, I'm going to wait until I finish this
George
one.
Jetson.
So I can have a cold one when I get into it.
Oh, mine's going to be cold when I get into it.
So you seem to think that your opinion on The Mandalorian will be more superior to my opinion on The Mandalorian.
I don't think it's superior. I think it's just going to be different.
Okay.
I think I have a higher chance of enjoying The Mandalorian because I think I think I have stuck my foot further into the Star Wars pond than you have.
You stuck your foot further up the Star Wars butt than I have.
Exactly. I think I am.
You stuck your head further up the Star Wars butt than I have.
George Lucas's extremities are further down my throat than it is down yours.
This is getting grosser and grosser. Steve, every night he balls up into a giant like sleep sack, a hammock shaped like George Lucas's neck. And he cuddles up for warmth. It smells just as bad on the inside.
Indeed.
I thought George Lucas smelled bad on the outside. Here's the thing. I don't judge The Mandalorian for its Star Wars content. You
judge it for its claiming to be a Western, but might actually, for what it's worth, like I
love Westerns.
I will take that into consideration because I also at least love certain Westerns.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of trash Westerns out there. And maybe The Mandalorian is referencing the trash Westerns. But when you claim that
if you're not referencing Leone, what's the point?
Yeah, seriously.
And so to that, like I kind of see, like I'm kind of torn because I'm friends with you on Facebook, even though I don't know why.
Yeah.
I recently refollowed you on Facebook.
That's funny.
So on the one hand, like when you're talking about, when you say, oh, I didn't like this episode because of the way it moved and the way the soundtrack behaves, and people are like, well, it's a Western, and you're just like, yeah, but it's not really doing it the way a Western would. Like, I take your opinion as truth.
Okay.
Because you and I know have a similar background in Sergio Leone.
Sure. I mean, there's only so much of a dive you can do into Sergio before you run out of content.
Right.
You know?
But it's like, to me, like Sergio Leone's trilogy, like that is pinnacle Western and everything else is whatever.
Right. I mean, there's stuff outside of the trilogy too. Isn't Once Upon a Time in the West Sergio Leone as well?
I'm not sure.
That's the one with Charles Bronson playing the harmonica.
That's the one with Henry Ford.
But anyways, here's what I want to say. When I'm judging The Mandalorian, I'm not judging it for Star Wars content. The Star Wars content is fine. Like, oh, cool. Here's a reference to that. Here's a reference to that. That's fine. All that doesn't bother me. That's fun. There's fan servicing, but it's fun. The thing that bothers me about The Mandalorian is the writing and either the acting or the direction of the actors, because there's a big failure going on there. There's a lot of acting that just feels amateur.
Right.
And really weak. So that's my takeaway from it. From someone who spends time behind the camera, directing people commercially, not for movies or cinema or anything like that, but directing people
for biotech,
for how they talk on camera,
for biotech equipment,
and how they behave on camera, and directing people who are amateurs, who do not have experience behind the camera, but being able to direct them.
I thought you guys hired professionals.
We have hired actors.
You should hire me sometime for one of your thermo things.
Get your company to hire us.
No, just fly me up to San Jose.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we're bringing one of our guys. He already knows this equipment.
But as someone who has some professional experience directing people on how to act natural on camera, there's some big failures that happen in The Mandalorian. And it's inexcusable with the size of budget that they have. It's just the reality of it. So, I mean, that's my takeaway. There's also a lot of sloppiness that happened with the score in the earlier episodes, where like things were happening in the score that didn't make any sense with what was happening on screen. Like they weren't communicating anything. They were just like copy pasting parts of the score into the show. Right. And it felt very sloppy to me as someone who's an editor as well. So it makes me sound like have a high opinion of myself as what I do with video, which I don't. I'm very far down the totem pole as far as that sort of stuff goes. But
Ryan could have directed a better Mandalorian.
But for me to, no, I'm not saying that, but there's parts of it that I would have been like, we need to reshoot this. Right. Because this isn't working.
All I'm saying is I think that for the criticisms aside,
and Baby Yoda is adorable. I'm not going to say he's not.
I might fall onto the side of, yeah, there's issues, but fan service is king.
I also recognize that a huge part of the generation of people that are Star Wars fans now grew up watching Clone Wars, and that's a cartoon. Right. And the presentation of the acting and the characters is going to be different than what I grew up with as Star Wars as being the original trilogy, which is more
Clone Wars was intense though.
I believe that. But I've seen parts of it. And
here's a question I have.
It's fun, but it is a cartoon and is acted as a cartoon, and I feel like Mandalorian leans into acting as a cartoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because the question I was going to have is,
and I love cartoons, by the way. I'm not dissing on cartoons.
If I decide on tomorrow afternoon that I want to watch The Mandalorian, is that like, can I just watch The Mandalorian with my kids in the room?
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's super family friendly. Okay. I mean, that's part of the thing is like the way they presented it in trailers or whatever is like, oh, this is going to be hardcore bounty hunting action. It's not. Right. Okay. It's very family friendly.
I mean, it's Star Wars, but like
you get a couple of scenes with people losing their arms or whatever, but it's Star Wars. I mean,
so I watched 2 episodes of Voyager today.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
No, it's super.
But I'm not going to watch.
And I think that's a reason why it's safe to compare.
I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch Discovery with my kids.
Sure. I think it's safe to compare Lost in Space to Mandalorian because they're both very family appropriate.
Okay. I don't know if I watch. Maybe
it's a family drama, in space. Lost in Space.
Also, The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is.
What else we got from that inner circle?
Good question. Who would win in a fight, Santa or Barney? Are we talking about Barney the dinosaur?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about Barney Fife?
Either. Let's.
Barney versus Barney. Which one win?
Barney Fife versus Barney the dinosaur. Ooh.
That's a tough one.
Didn't Andy Griffith take away all of Barney Fife's bullets?
Probably.
So
if Barney Fife was your deputy, you'd super take away his bullets, right? You'd be like, yeah, you don't get to have a functioning weapon.
Oh, hold on. What makes a perfect ink pen I really like these pens, the Pilot Easy Touch. There's a guy, actually, I don't know if he's still in the inner circle, but he was.
I have been using this pen, this Pentel RSVP, for the entirety of this podcast, 6 years. That right there, 2 inches of ink represents all the notes I've taken on this podcast. I'm not saying it's a good pen. I'm just saying it's the pen I've used.
I like click pens. I'll say that outright. I like these Pilot Easy Touch. I stole this from work.
How many pens do you have over there?
Just this one.
Just the one? Okay.
But recently, one of the other guys at work introduced to a pen. I do not remember who makes it. That I also really like. But I will say I like medium tip pens.
So you don't like that super fine stuff, and you don't like that huge boy pen.
I like to be able.
Is that what this is? This is a medium tip.
This feels like a medium. Yep, it's a medium.
Yeah, it's just a normal pen.
But the thing is like a lot of people don't like that heavy. Like I have a pretty.
I don't like the fine tip ones because I feel like I'm going to break them.
I don't
like a super fine gel pen or something like that. I can't stand it.
I like to be able to vary, and like if I'm writing quickly and not making a ton of contact, still put down a good line, and I can't do that with a fine tip pen.
Okay, so that in mind, which one would win, Santa or Barney?
Wait, Barney the dinosaur or Barney Fife?
Barney the dinosaur.
Somebody did mention in the group that Barney the dinosaur got them arms.
Well, here's the thing, Santa's.
But are all of the kids part of Barney's army?
Here's the thing, it doesn't matter if kids are part of Barney's army. Santa is magic. That's my first point. Second point.
But Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination.
Here's my second point. When was the last time you saw Barney in anything? Santa's obviously already defeated him. Barney's dead.
That's a great point.
Santa killed him.
Ooh.
People reference Barney all the time. If I asked my kid who Barney the dinosaur was, he would look at me with a blank stare. He'd have no idea. Barney's not in the cultural lexicon anymore. He's gone. Barney is over.
When did this ended? Barney ended in 2010.
That was a decade ago, dude.
It was literally Barney got canceled.
Yeah. Dang, Barney, what did you do?
That was a callback. A revival was announced in 2015 to premiere in 2017.
Never happened.
But never happened.
I hope if they bring back Barney the dinosaur, he's like a full-on CG, scaly, toothed dinosaur.
Oh, gosh, no. CG is...
Like reptile Barney dinosaur. Jurassic Park dinosaur Barney.
Stop.
I could see Netflix rebooting him as a CG series for kids.
Oh, yeah, this is my... I forgot, this is one of my favorite Barney facts. Barney's song, I Love You, was among those used by interrogators at Guantanamo Bay to coerce detainees.
People always make a point of like, oh, this is a song used for torture. You could use any song for torture if you play it over and over and over and over again.
That's true, but some songs are going to be more quickly effective than others.
Extra torture-y. What temperature do you keep your AC set on in your home?
What is that?
Yeah,
AC.
You don't have like a portable AC or anything like that?
The real question is, at what temperature do I just get naked?
Any.
That is also true.
We have a portable AC up in our master bedroom, and we have one here in the garage. Gary, famously, for when it gets really hot, when I need to do demos and whatnot. I think I usually do like 72 in the summer just to make it cool enough to like have a comfortable sleep at night. But neither of us have central air in our abodes.
Well, you have central heating at least, right?
I do have central heating. Yeah. You have heating, don't you?
Not central.
Do you have like a wall unit or something?
I have there's a wall unit in each of the large rooms.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean that you have.
So I don't really use them.
You have heating built into your house.
Yes.
Okay,
but it's not thermostat controlled.
Sure.
I would say at work, my general AC limit is probably like 68. Well, in the offices, it's probably 70.
Yeah.
In the labs, I would say 68, 60. I lean cooler in the labs because you're wearing a lab coat, you're wearing goggles. So I want that AC to be more active.
Yeah.
In the offices, I can take on a little more. In the offices, like a couple weeks ago, I don't know what malfunctioned, but it was like 80 degrees. The heater was like set to like 75. Oh man, it was brutal. I was dying.
Okay.
I was on the verge of death.
Here's what I'll say. It's always funny to me
In Philadelphia?
that like during the summer, you're like, oh, it's hot outside. I'm gonna set the AC to like 68 so I won't be so hot. Oh my gosh. Steve's pour technique here. But during the winter,
Perfect pour.
you're like, oh, 68. I'm freezing. Let's make it 73. We're in the summer, 73 is like a little bit past comfortably warm.
It's because of the humidity, Ryan.
That's a humidity thing. All right. Where did the phrase ramble on come from?
Ramble on.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Someone wants to know who was really
Hold on,
the...
there were some comments on that. Read the comments.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody said it had to do with Black Betty. Oh, Black Betty. Black Betty.
You think it came from Black Betty? You
You
know, that was a song before that band covered it.
Before Ram Jam? No, I know.
I don't know who did it. I think it was a blues song before.
Yeah.
Is it do they say ramble on in that song? Is that what they're saying?
I have no idea what the lyrics of Black Betty are.
Because someone posted that meme that's whoa Black Betty, Bramble Jam, whoa Black Betty, Rambutans, whoa Black Betty, Pambalam, whoa Black Betty, Pandalam.
This says, whoa, Black Betty, Bambalam. So I think it's just supposed to be nonsense.
Yeah, me too.
Black Betty had a child. Like, this song is like, I am not going to look into it.
You know,
I know the whole thing with Black Betty Ram Jam is that this song was originally like, it's like a Jim Crow blues song about like a black. I don't even know. I don't want to get into this right now.
Black Betty had a child, Bambalam. The damn thing gone wild, Bambalam. She's always rock steady, Bambalam. She's always ready. It's lyrics like those. I have to admit, the first time I ever heard that song, I had never heard it before.
Really?
Until I watched.
Let me see your bottle.
The movie Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Really?
Yeah, and then like after that, I had heard it before, but I didn't notice it until that point. Where I was like, oh, this is a banging song. I got to know more about this. And then I looked it up and listened to versions of it and whatnot.
It's like I'm drizzling chocolate.
It's a fun song. Yeah, you're dripping the leftovers of other beers into your beer.
I'm all about that King's Cup.
Okay, who was the chosen one? Harry or Neville?
Neville.
Neville? What is
Neville Longbottom is definitely the chosen one.
What is this referencing?
He was the Slayer of Nagini. It's a Harry Potter thing.
Oh, that's why I don't know anything about it.
Basically, there's a...
All right, you carry this while I go take my own piss.
There was a thing in the Harry Potter verse where, obviously the whole thing is called Harry Potter, whatever, blah, 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 Harry Potter. But there is a theory, and I'm not sure what book it was around, where people started putting it together, all of the pieces of the prophecy in the Harry Potter verse that said like, oh, well, like his parents are going to be killed by Voldemort and whatever. I don't even remember everything. And fans were like, wait, so is the chosen one Harry Potter or is it Neville Chamberlain? Is it Neville Longbottom? Because all of those same things applied. And J.K. Rowling had to come out and be like, no, it's not Neville Longbottom. He's not the chosen one. It's Harry Potter. Trust me. But the speculation still exists that J.K. Rowling only said that because she wanted it to be a surprise, so that all along it was supposed to be Neville Longbottom, but because the fans had guessed where she was going, that she changed it to make Harry Potter still the chosen one, instead of just one of the chosen one's friends.
Good news, Steve.
What's that?
Getting up and walking around has made me realize
This
is officially a drunkisode.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty dang tipsy. Happy New Year.
One of these days we need to do...
and we're an hour and a half into this episode.
I know. One of these days we need to either try to power hour or Century Club, because I feel okay.
You feel all right?
I mean, I don't feel great.
I don't drink a lot anymore. I mean, I have a drink every now and then. I definitely don't push into tipsy town.
Well, it's like I mentioned this off air before, but like I had this thought: Kentucky Fried Chicken plus beer.
Oh my God, this thing.
Sing it. Like I want somebody to do a video. Brian, Kyle, let me know. RJ, let me know if this is a thing that we can organize.
I'll join in on it for sure. I mean,
I know you will. I'm thinking. I think.
Can we do Popeyes instead?
I don't know anything about Popeyes. I don't know what you can buy from there.
Chicken, dude, it's fried chicken.
I'm saying I don't know what their combos are. I'm just saying I think we need to join forces with the Tone Jerks to make this happen. Go check out the Tone Jerks, super fun podcast.
Pitch the idea. Stop pussyfooting around.
69 pieces of chicken, 420 ounces of beer. 69, 420.
I know I can
challenge.
I know I can do some. I can carry my weight in this challenge.
I'm thinking like if you get I can't think of doing this with fewer than 10 people.
Yeah, you need a lot of people.
Because with 10 people, it's 6.9 pieces of chicken.
I can put
42 ounces of beer.
I can put away 8 pieces of fried chicken by myself for sure. That's a whole chicken.
I can put down 42 ounces of beer by myself. When our powers combine, Ryan, we're Captain Planet.
I could put away 42 ounces.
It's got to be. It's just got to be the right beer.
Yeah. So we need.
Actually, it's really got to be the wrong beer.
Yeah, is it got to be a guzzler?
It's got Brian. You got those natty ices still?
So we need 10 people to put away 69 pieces of fried chicken and 420 ounces of beer.
I mean, I'm saying. So
So 42 ounces each person, which is what, 3 beers? 3.5 beers, something like that?
3.5 beers.
And then each person's got to do 7 pieces of chicken.
So my thought is, if it was 10 people, it would be 2 bombers per person.
Most people can't put away a whole chicken, dude.
It'd be like 2 bombers per person and 6.9 pieces of chicken. I don't know what that is.
7-piece chicken per person.
Yeah, 7 pieces of chicken and 6 point.
Most people can't put away a 7-piece chicken.
Right. So that's why I feel like the Tone Jerks can line this up with us plus their.
We'll need 6 more people.
You and me, those 2, Johnny Ray.
Who's Johnny Ray?
Johnny Ray is one of their frequent
Who wants to
collaborators.
know?
Well played. We get RJ down here. RJ can put down.
Okay.
That's my problem, is I only get to 6.
I feel like we'd have to make this a NAM thing and get a bunch of people.
I don't want to do it at NAM because there's already too much stuff going at NAM.
There's too much stuff going on at NAM.
We could definitely do this at the Sinusoid House at NAM for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But what it would come down to is...
But is my question
what it would come down to is
there,
the Gear Slum giving us a lot of support on the chicken and not so much on the beer.
Is there any entertainment value to this at all?
I'll be entertained.
Is there any reason
Are you not entertained?
do this and document this for any reason?
No.
I can't imagine it. Oh my gosh. I've run out of topics on that Facebook post.
There were only 2?
No, there's just a bunch.
Or just the rest aren't good. And this is why we need you to join the inner circle.
For good ideas. We had ads picked out and other stuff. Who cares? We're an hour 34
Hold on,
into this.
I got the next ad up.
All right.
This was sent in by Tyson Brown.
What is it?
After a lot of time and tedious work, the Paisley guitar is finally ready.
Oh my God.
The body is made of knotty alder, but I ruined it with a paisley top. And the neck is hard maple with a rosewood
hard maple.
with a rosewood fretboard. It's outfitted with a Seymour Duncan SH2 Jazz humbucker. PM for details.
Here's
or information.
Here's something I'm going to say about this. I feel like a lot of homemade, custom, in air quotes, guitars turn out this way. And my comparison from my personal experience is the first time I made a surfboard. When you make your first guitar at home with your own ideas and your own parts, you kind of go buck wild. And I kind of did that with the first surfboard I made at home. I did dimensions and I did ideas that you don't see in any other commercially available surfboard. And that's what you see a lot in these homemade custom guitars.
Yeah.
Is ideas and shapes that you've never seen before, because like a commercial builder would never do these shapes, would never do these features, because they already have the experience to know that it's a bad idea. And I think this is like a good example of this, of someone with a bandsaw and the proper working tools to make technically what is a functional guitar with functionally like decent quality across the woodworking. But because they've never made a guitar before, the shape just gets wild. And this covers a lot of guitar ads that we cover on this show. The shape gets wild. The concept gets wild. Extra things are done. There's not that disciplined level of restraint that makes a professionally made instrument desirable. And I think this guitar checks a lot of those boxes as a homemade guitar. What do you think? Did I just sum it up? Do we even need to do this ad anymore? I just nailed it.
I just feel like Paisley is a little too.
Shut your damn mouth. Paisley is beautiful.
But I think I think to me Paisley's the part of this that takes me from, oh, this is like a thing somebody made in their garage, to like, yeah,
the Paisley is not the problem here. The Paisley is not the thing that makes this weird. The shape is what makes it weird, dude.
Custom guitars are always stupid shapes.
That's what I'm saying. That Paisley top, if you saw that on a Telecaster, you'd be rock hard right now.
Over the entire top. No, Paisley Telecasters are always a burst.
If you saw that Paisley with a burst around the edges on a Telecaster, you'd be rock hard right now.
I'm like 7 beers deep, man, so.
Whiskey dick.
It's real.
We might have to go get burritos after this.
I was banking on that.
Oh, shoot. We might have to Uber there.
Thanks, Inner Circle.
We're lightweights now. In our first couple of years of podcasting, we'd have to get a lot deeper than this into beers to be Uber level.
Maybe you did.
Damn, dude. Yeah, the shape, callback, the shape looks like an overcooked piece of fried chicken. It looks like
it's not a great shape.
Looks like the chest bone of the chicken is sticking out of this one, and the hip bone is sticking out of the bottom bout. Like, who comes up with this shape? Like, I don't understand this shape at all. Why this shape would be desirable to anyone?
Well,
My wife just texted me and said, if Steve wakes up Edith, he is putting her back to bed. Good luck, dude.
So
the master bedroom where my baby and my wife are sleeping are right above the garage, by the way. So when we are raising our voice and yelling in our irresponsible way on this New Year's Eve episode, or New Year's Eve episode, that is what's going on.
So the waist of this guitar.
No, this guitar is a waist.
Is very violin-esque.
Oh yeah, it's leaning into that violin cutaway or that cello cutaway on both sides.
While
the waist.
upper arm is and lower arm the upper arm is very Telecaster-esque.
Kind of.
And the lower arm is much reminiscent of a Florentine cut Les Paul.
I guess.
Also, with the single pickup in the not quite neck position, combined with a compensated bridge,
Steve has become very rational at this moment.
we know this is a high-end. Where's the price for this?
I know, right? How much do they want for this dumb thing?
Unknown.
Yeah, unknown price. What do you think it's worth?
$12.
I mean, this is county fair level woodworking.
Sure.
Where it's good looking woodworking. That's what I'm saying.
But
then
woodworking.
the concept of the guitar that is all wrapped around is pretty amateurish and kind of weird in that way that I was describing, that people go weird when they make a guitar at home. I don't know. I have a feeling at a county fair you would see a price tag on this of like $1,200, like $2,700, $3,800, something like that. But in reality, if you were selling this on your local used app, Craigslist, eBay, whatever, Facebook Marketplace, no one's going to pay more than $300 for this.
I can't even find this guy on Facebook anymore.
I mean, it's a mid to neck pickup position humbucker guitar with the wraparound bridge, the kind of bridge that's intonatable, but there's no way to know if this is playable in any real way. It's got a weird body. Who knows what it plays like? The headstock looks dumb. It's garish and opulent in the wrong direction with this neon blue and purple Paisley and matching fret dot markers that are like an iridescent blue. This is not a guitar that's for everyone. It's going to be a hard sell, especially with it being non-branded and having no provenance of anyone who's known as anyone as a builder. You can't value this thing. The reality is if you're selling it on the used market, it's just not going to fetch very much. You have to get it in people's hands for anyone to value it if it delivers at all as a player. And that's been
the
Ryan Burke's Antiques Roadshow appraisal of this guitar that I haven't touched myself. What do you think? What's your gut reaction? I feel like we're always kind of close on the price of things. Do you think that that's accurate? Like $300 is it? Like that's the maximum that anyone would pay for this?
I think this guy's listing for $500 and he's having people come over and try him out. And people,
you think that? You didn't find evidence of that?
No, because I actually did find this guy on Facebook.
Oh, you did find him?
Yeah.
Did he have it listed at 500?
His profile is basically private.
Oh, shoot.
So yeah.
I will say I kind of like this neck heel that he came up with. This pointed neck heel. There's something fun about that. But that lower horn and that upper horn make this guitar look gross to me.
I mean, everything about this is like fast. It's what you want, I guess. I don't know.
What?
It's like I'm saying by design for a 3-bolt neck, that bolt implementation is terrible. If these were machine screws,
what screws are those?
I don't know. They look like wood. They look like the kind of things I try to use to repair my bed.
Yeah, they look like big old IKEA screws.
Yeah.
And then the fact that you have the strap button right in between them means that there's not a lot of wood to support those screws. They're too close together. He should have set neck this. I do kind of like that big knot in the back. I think that's fun. But the rest of this, I like the Paisley pattern for its fun element of it, but it needs a pick guard to break it up. But there's no part of this guitar that wants a pick guard or deserves it.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Just talk for a bit.
Steve's going to go back to the bathroom. Happy New Year, guys. 2020. What's your year look like? If you made it this far in the podcast, you're a hero. I can't believe this thing's going to go probably 2 hours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what we've done. This is going to take forever to edit and upload. Why do we do this to ourselves? What time is it right now? It's only 9 o'clock. That ain't too bad. mean, Steve and I have been recording all day. Not all day, but all afternoon and evening. We did the next episode before this one so that we could drink this episode. We're going to need to eat some calories after drinking. This is exciting stuff. So what does your year look like, guys? What are you doing? What's your life look like? What's your career look like? What are you going to do in 2020 different than you did in 2019? Tell me in the comments section. Go over to the iTunes reviews and leave us a nice review. We never ask for that. I don't know why I'm asking for it now. I don't think it actually matters. Some podcasts act like it's a big deal. Well, I don't think it actually matters. Should I leave this in the show or should I edit Steve's bathroom break out of this part? I'm probably not going to edit this out because I don't have time to sit and scrub through this entire episode. We're recording on a Saturday. I've got to publish on Sunday. It's already late at night. Who knows how much time I'll actually have to edit this. And I'm supposed to do family stuff for the holidays on Sunday.
What?
Yeah, I was just talking about boring stuff. Let's get out of here, dude.
All right.
This has been a long freaking episode. An hour 46 so far.
All right. This song was sent by Matt. He says, "Hey guys, great work on the podcast. Love listening to it. I had a suggestion for a topic as
He's
well.
He's not going to love it after this episode. This
song for my
episode
band.
sucks."
He says, "Our band's bass player left, and it's been really tough finding a replacement. Where are all the good/decent bassists? Why are all bands looking for them? I guess people are always looking for drummers too, so the same can apply."
Every town has one bassist and one drummer, and they're in every single band in that town.
Is it worth it to investigate going as just a 3-piece, 2 guitars and drums, plus an octave pedal or other things to try to substitute for that low end that a bass player would provide? Have you ever done that?
You could do that.
Like live?
I'm going to say you should not do that because the bassist is probably musically the smartest person in a band, and they actually hold all that shit together.
I am definitely the smartest person in any band I've ever been in.
Like
which,
the bassist,
which is to say I've only been in bands with Riot.
The bassist in every band I've been in definitely holds the musicality of the band together, and the drummer too. So keep that in mind before you go willy-nilly running without a bassist.
So you're saying everyone should just find Mitch?
Mitch is a great bassist.
So our band is called Blue Light Special, and this song, Chains, is the title track to our soon to be released EP. For the lead guitar, we both use an Eric Clapton Strat and a real 1972 Tele thin line through a hand-wired Vox AC30 with a TC Electronic Flashback 2 for delay. For the rhythm, we used a Gretsch Silver Jet through a real 67 Fender Deluxe Reverb with a Catalan Bred Echo Rec for the delay. Everything was recorded and mixed by us. We got someone who actually knows what they're doing to do the mastering. You know, before we get to this, that seems like a common thing that people should just do. Because even like back when we were recording for our own, for your favorite band and for the Morning Glass, like Adam, who's like has a musical ear that I definitely like trust beyond all, like he knows what he's listening for.
Sure.
Would farm out the mastering.
Yes.
Like he would do the initial mixing and production for stuff that we recorded, and then he would send the mastering to someone else.
Yeah. It's a different skill set.
There's definitely no shame in that.
Yeah.
Here's a song. It's from Blue Light Special, and it's called Chains.
how. I've got to move forward, if only an inch an hour. But there's something here that feels like going home, and I don't know, but I'll find a way. Break these chains and rise again. Break all the rules. Break all the rules. Cast out the rules and rise again. An ounce of prevention cures a pound of ill. A glass that's half empty, wash down a bitter pill. The lessons I'm learning don't come without a cost. But the things that I'm gaining outnumber the things I've lost. But there's something here that feels like going home. I don't know, but I'll find a way. Break these chains and rise again. I don't know, but I'll find a way. To break these chains and rise again.
We've played music from Blue Light Special before, right?
I don't know, have we?
I feel like that name is familiar. Well, anyways, bye everyone. Stay grounded.
Wait, you don't have any other thoughts?
No.
I
Lay it on me, man.
the guitar tone on the chorus, I want it to be everywhere. Like that little like lead riff.
Like stereo chorus riff.
Yeah, but it was like there was like a little bit of drive.
Yeah, yeah.
I want that to be
nice.
everywhere. I want
Yeah.
that all the time.
You want it all over your body.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
Stay grounded.